Trust is easy, so long as the path before you is illuminated, every step clearly marked, every stone kept at bay. But when the shadows gather, when the journey winds through uncertainty, when the cost seems too much, what does trust look like then? This is the crossroads where we meet Abraham, a figure of faith and frailty all at once. Abraham's story begins not in certainty, but in longing. He is an old man, his best years behind him, carrying a promise that feels impossible, that he will become the father of a great nation, that his descendants will outnumber the stars. And after years, no, decades of waiting, after laughter and tears and all the doubt that unfulfilled hope brings, Isaac is born. Isaac, the laughter that breaks through the silence, the living, breathing evidence that God's word holds true. So when the story opens one morning, with sunlight spilling over the hills and Abraham rising from restless sleep, everything seems well. Yet that day will demand a trust deeper than any before. Take your son, your only son Isaac, whom you love, and go to the land of Moriah. There, offer him as a burnt offering on one of the mountains I will show you. No arguments are recorded, no anguished cries escape into the dawn. Abraham simply rises, gathers wood, prepares the donkey, calls Isaac and 2 attendants, and sets out. The mountains are far, 50 long miles. 3 days traveling on quiet roads, each step a question, each mile a reminder of what is at stake. For Abraham, the journey becomes a crucible, every moment bringing to mind the son God gave, the laughter in the courtyard, the stories told by firelight. At last, the mountain comes into view, rising stark against the sky. Abraham turns to the servants, voice steady despite the storm within.
Stay here with the donkey. The boy and I will go over there. We will worship, and then we will come back to you.
Every word is deliberate. We will come back. Faith spoken in hope. Abraham places the wood on Isaac's back. He himself carries the fire and the knife, silent symbols of what this journey could cost. As they climb, Isaac's voice breaks the stillness.
Father?
Here I am, my son.
The fire and wood are here, but where is the lamb for the offering?
There's a pause, brief in words, immense in meaning. Abraham looks at his son and answers,
God himself will provide the lamb, my son.
The words hold all the hope, all the trust, and all the agony of that moment. On the windswept mountain, Abraham builds the altar, arranges the wood, and with trembling hands binds Isaac. He lays him down, the child of miracle, the dream long delayed, now seemingly lost. He raises the knife, heart pounding with anguish and obedience. Then, an urgent voice cuts through the silence. Abraham, Abraham! He freezes, breath caught. Do not lay a hand on the boy. Do not do anything to him. Now I know that you fear God, because you have not withheld your son, your only son, from me. Relief floods in, overwhelming and sudden. And then, there, caught in the nearby thicket, a ram, provided just in time. Abraham offers the ram, tears of gratitude streaming down his face, and names the place Yahweh Yireh, the Lord will provide. On this mountain, God has proven true. Because you have not withheld your son, I will surely bless you. Through your offspring, all nations on earth will be blessed. Abraham's faith stands not in the ease of trust, but in its hardest test. Trusting when the promise seems threatened, that is where faith is forged. But this story goes beyond Abraham. It is, at its heart, a revelation of God's character, a God who provides. The mountain of sacrifice becomes the place of provision. Even more, Abraham's willingness foreshadows an even greater gift. God himself would give his own son so that blessing and hope might flow to every nation. We all find ourselves on the road to Moriah. Abraham's climb invites us to trust, to know that even when we cannot see the way forward, God sees, God holds us. So wherever your path winds, remember Abraham's story. Remember the God who provides. On the mountain of the Lord, there is always provision.